And then just when your channel starts feeling like it finally has direction, like your videos are no longer random shots in the dark but calculated steps forward, a new realization begins to form. One that separates creators who stay stuck in cycles from those who start building real, unstoppable growth. And that realization is this: YouTube is not just rewarding individual videos anymore. It's starting to evaluate your entire ecosystem. The way your content works together. The way it holds viewers not just for minutes, but for sessions, for journeys, for repeated returns. And this is where the game transforms from uploading videos to building a viewing experience that people don't want to leave. Because now, when someone clicks on your content, the goal is no longer just to make them watch that one video. It's to guide them deeper, to create a pathway where one idea naturally leads to another, where curiosity doesn't end when the video ends, it expands. And this is where the concept of watch next becomes your silent weapon. Because if your content is structured in a way that makes viewers want more, YouTube notices. It tracks how often people continue watching after your video, and if that pattern strengthens, your channel becomes more valuable to the platform, not because of one hit, but because of consistent engagement across multiple videos. And this is where your thinking shifts once again, because now you're no longer just asking, how do I make this video good? You're asking, how does this video connect to the next one? And that question changes everything. Because suddenly your content becomes intentional at a higher level. Your topics begin to align. Your endings begin to lead somewhere. Your storytelling starts planting seeds for future videos. And this creates a subtle but powerful effect where viewers don't feel like they've finished watching. They feel like they've entered something ongoing, something worth continuing. And this is how channels grow from scattered uploads into cohesive systems that keep viewers engaged over time. But here's where most beginners struggle. Because this level of thinking requires patience. It requires stepping back from instant results and focusing on long-term structure. And in a world where everyone wants quick views and fast growth, it's easy to fall back into reactive behavior, chasing trends, copying formats, jumping from one idea to another without connection. And while that might create temporary spikes, it rarely builds lasting momentum, because without structure, there's no continuity, and without continuity, there's no reason for viewers to stay beyond a single video. And this is also where your endings become incredibly important, because the way you close your video determines what the viewer does next. And most creators waste this moment, ending abruptly, fading out, or simply stopping without direction. When in reality, this is your chance to guide attention, to suggest the next step, to keep the journey alive, whether it's through a related idea, a continuation of the topic, or a deeper dive into something you've already introduced. And when done right, this doesn't feel forced. It feels natural, like the viewer wants to continue, like the story isn't over yet. At the same time, your content begins to develop layers, because now you're not just delivering value, you're building anticipation, creating a sense of progression, where each video adds something new, something deeper, something that expands on what came before. And this creates a powerful loop where viewers don't just consume your content, they follow it, they expect it, they return for it. And this behavior is one of the strongest signals you can generate, because it shows YouTube that your channel is not just attracting attention, it's holding it over time. And as this system starts to take shape, something changes in how your videos perform. Because now, instead of relying on one video to succeed, your entire channel begins supporting itself. Your older videos start getting more views from your newer ones. Your newer videos benefit from the audience built by your older ones. And this interconnected flow creates stability, a kind of growth that doesn't collapse when one video underperforms, because the system as a whole continues moving forward. But this doesn't happen by accident. It happens through awareness, through deliberate structure, through understanding that every video is part of something bigger. And the creators who reach this level are not necessarily more talented, but more strategic, more patient, more willing to build something that lasts instead of chasing something that flashes. And this is where your mindset fully evolves, because now you're not just a content creator, you're a system builder, someone who understands how attention flows, how interest compounds, how small decisions create long-term impact. And this awareness gives you an edge that most people never develop, because while others are still focused on single uploads, you're building a network of content that feeds itself, strengthens itself, and grows over time. So now, as you prepare for your next video, your thinking is different. You're not just creating something new, you're adding to something existing. You're strengthening a system that's already in motion. And with every aligned upload, that system becomes harder to ignore, more consistent, more powerful. And this is the point where YouTube stops feeling like a gamble and starts feeling like a game you actually understand how to play.